Now on CoastTV News.
We're still in the deep freeze with snow on the ground and temperatures in the teens and 20s this morning, but a gradual warm-up is on the way. I'll let you know when we will see 60s in the forecast coming up.
Fires fought over the weekend, including 2 in the Rehoboth Beach area and the damage done to a popular fast food restaurant.
Pedal progress, the work being done in Milford to create more safe access for bicyclists to city streets.
Biden ending beach visit. The president prepares to head back to Washington later this morning.
This is CoastTV News Today.
It is Monday, January 22nd, 2024. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Paige Marley. Thanks for being up with us during our 5 o'clock hour.
Yeah, we got another cold start to the morning, Paige. And because it is very cold over the weekends, we still have some of those icy spots on the road. It's caused a number of school delays.
Yeah, definitely. So congrats for students out there. Another school or another snow day, which is very exciting, I'm sure, for them. But
a little later start, yeah.
Yeah. Never a bad thing for students, I know. But I did see those icy patches on my way in, at least. Those that kind of look like water until you get over them.
Be a little careful out there. I understand why there's delays. And we're showing on the crawl on the bottom of the screen all those delays that are taking place this morning.
That's right. So just be very careful if you're off today. But we'll bring in first alert meteorologist Bob Trihey to help you plan for the rest of your day. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Paige and Matt. Good morning, Delmarva. It certainly was a wintry weekend across Delmarva with the snowpack, the ferocious winds, and still some slick spots out there. So as we just talked about, there are some school delays, and it's cold as well. Temperatures in the teens inland, upper teens in Delmar, Georgetown, 19 right now in Milton, 16 in Redden, 22 in Millsboro, and lower 20s along the beaches. And those ferocious winds that were with us all weekend long are slowly calming down. A little bit of a breeze along the coast, so feels like temperatures pretty much mimic the actual temperature right now as we're looking at clear skies. It definitely looks like a winter landscape with all that snow out there. We have Arctic high pressure over the top of us, so one more really cold day, and then we start to warm it up as that high slides offshore. So this morning, teens and 20s, we're still below freezing mid-morning with mid to upper 20s, but then I think we cracked that freezing mark late morning, so by noon, we're melting with temperatures into the mid-30s and close to 40 as we go into the afternoon. But watch for refreeze this evening as any slush or snow will refreeze as we go into the evening hours. But we have a warming trend on the way and rain chances as we work our way through the week. I'll talk about that in your full forecast coming up in just a bit.
Thanks, Bob. And as Bob just mentioned, warmer weather ahead, but that's not always a good thing. Here's why. The severe weather isn't over yet, but it is changing. Soon, some places could be almost 30 degrees warmer than last week. Today, the Central Plains are getting some sleet and ice storms, but areas further south likely will see even higher temperatures. Forecasters predicting heavy rain there and risks of flooding.
Well, we've been dealing with snow and icy roads all over the weekend. This brings us to our CoastTV poll. We've been asking you, what is your favorite snow day activity?
Look at that, no question. 46% of you say watching movies. That's so fun. Staying in, I get that. 24% of you say ice skating. Just be careful if you're doing that outside. Can't that be dangerous? That's what I did this weekend, Matt. 16% reading books. Did you do any of these?
Watched movies.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay, easy enough. If you haven't voted yet, you still can. Let us know what you're thinking. Go to coasttv.com or our mobile app.
All right, well, new this morning, we are learning more about a crash that happened in the Georgetown area Sunday night. According to the Georgetown Fire Company, this happened on Zoar Road, and the pictures that we're showing you here, they were posted to the Facebook page of the Georgetown Fire Company. And according to the fire company, ambulances were called, and Millsboro and Georgetown crews were also on the scene. The Millsboro Fire Company states that the crash took place a little after 5 p.m. We do not have an update on any injuries from this crash.
Happening today, Milford hosting a public hearing on a proposal to build a pallet village just like Georgetown's. If this is approved, the Springboard Village would be made up of what they call several cabin homes to help those who are suffering from economic hardship. The city of Milford saying its role in the project would be to provide public land, but private land could also be used if it meets Springboard's program criteria. No city funds would be spent. Milford City Council will hear comments from this public meeting during its meeting today at 6 p.m.
In traffic news, in Fenwick Island, West Maryland Avenue will close between Route 1 and Island Street. And this is scheduled to begin Wednesday and last until Thursday, February 8th. DelDOT says the closure is to help with the installation of new drainage systems in flood-prone areas.
Firefighters spent early Sunday morning out of McDonald's in Rehoboth Beach. Take a look at that. Smoke seen in the fast food restaurant. It prompted a massive response. The cause of the fire not clear just yet. Nobody was hurt.
Yeah, at the same time, smoke was seen at the clubhouse in West Bay Park. This is off Camp Arrowhead Road. Firefighters say no one was hurt, but utilities were turned off to stop any big fire.
Making room for either biking or parking? That's the question as Milford continues to pursue adding bicycle lanes to Marshall Street. This comes from the city's bicycle master plan that began back in 2008. A public workshop will be held tomorrow from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Milford Public Works building. If this is finalized, those lanes would go from Southeast 2nd Street to Watergate Boulevard South.
Happening this morning, President Biden will leave our coast and head back to the White House. This comes one day before the New Hampshire primary, where his name does not appear on the ballot there. His campaign has been in scramble mode to put together a write-in campaign. Biden originally wanted South Carolina to be the first primary state, and his campaign missed the deadline to file in New Hampshire. Biden scheduled to depart on the Marine One helicopter at the Gordons Pond parking lot at 10:15 a.m. Now, during Biden's weekend-long visit here on our coast, the president attended church at St. Edmunds on Saturday. And then yesterday morning, the president went to breakfast at Egg in Rehoboth Beach. According to the press pool reports, the president and First Lady then spent Sunday afternoon in Wilmington. This is for the visitation for Ted Blunt. That's Representative Lisa Blunt, Rochester's father, who passed away last week. Blunt was on Wilmington City Council for 16 years. The first couple will head back to the White House around 10:15 this morning.
And then there were two in a new surprise move. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis ends his bid for the White House. This is leaving former President Trump and former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley to be leading the Republican vying for the GOP nomination.
Yeah, DeSantis' decision comes just days before the New Hampshire primary, and NBC's Bree Jackson shows us how the candidates and voters are preparing for the primary, now only days away.
After his much-anticipated presidential campaign failed to gain steam, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis dropped out of the 2024 presidential race, making the announcement in this video posted on X.
We don't have a clear path to victory.
DeSantis was once seen as the most formidable opponent to former President Trump, who he's now endorsing.
It's clear to me that a majority of Republican primary voters want to give Donald Trump another chance.
Trump's campaign is using DeSantis' exit to focus attacks on former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley just days before Tuesday's New Hampshire primary.
As you know, here in New Hampshire, Nikki Haley has made an unholy alliance with rhinos, never-Trumpers.
Haley is not backing down, saying this is the GOP matchup that she's been fighting for.
Can you hear that sound? That's the sound of a two-person race.
With DeSantis out, some in the Granite State are even less enthused about the limited options of presidential candidates.
I still believe that democracy reigns, and so I would like to have seen him stay in just to give the American electorate some choice.
Others say they already had their mind made up.
I think Ron DeSantis is where he belongs as governor in Florida.
Trump is pushing to secure the GOP nomination with a win in the first-in-the-nation primary. Haley hopes to sway enough voters to close the gap between her and the former president. In Manchester, New Hampshire, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
And this morning, we're just getting started on CoastTV News Today.
Yeah, page coming up, highlight on housing. We'll tell you how Salisbury is looking to do for housing and community development.
Also, the snowfall isn't fun for everyone. We're showing you some of the challenges the homeless face as temperatures drop.
And Microsoft fights off hackers, the information that they were able to gain access to. All that and more as CoastTV News Today continues.
Vision loss can be gradual, and your elderly loved ones might not realize how compromised their vision has become. There are some simple ways you can help. Clear all pathways in their home to prevent accidents. Label items with bright colors and make sure those items stay in a designated place. When you need help, consult with a professional in-home care provider. Home Care Services can set up a safety plan, assist with running errands and other tasks that might be difficult for them.
To learn more about Home Care Services, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Did you know that named storms could add a wind damage deductible to your insurance claim? And the assessed value of your home is different than replacement cost? Know your policy and your deductibles. Review your coverage before disaster strikes. And if you do suffer damage, call the experts, Riptide Restoration, to guide you through the insurance process and help you maximize your benefits.
For more information, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Need help giving a gift? Make your loved ones feel special. Celebrate their birthday. Congratulate a colleague's achievement by sending them a shout-out through Delmarva Life Occasions. All for free on delmarvalife.com. Upload a picture with a message about the special celebration. Delmarva Life Occasions is brought to you free by Island Creamery, found in Chincoteague, Salisbury, and Berlin.
Embrace a new journey and kickstart your New Year's resolution in a brand new Subaru from Gateway Subaru. Discover the 2024 Subaru Outback, which represents Subaru's commitment to safety, innovation, and adventure. Right now, lease a new 2024 Subaru Outback for only $299 a month, or take advantage of financing rates as low as 1.9%. Plus, Gateway has more in-stock Subaru inventory to choose from than other dealers have combined. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
5:11 on this frosty, cold Monday morning. Bay Health Cam from Milford, 21 there. Last time we looked at this, it was snow falling. Now it's just snowpack out there. That will melt today, start to at least. Teens and 20s out the door this morning, so bundle up. A very cold morning, and we have icy spots out there as well from the past snow we had on Friday. Winds are light. Feels like temperatures in the teens and 20s, so just bundle up out there. And as we talked about earlier, there are some delayed openings with the schools, so be careful. Watch the icy spots on the way to school. 18 and melting some of that snow and ice heading home. Sunshine and 33.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. New this morning, the Georgetown Chamber of Commerce issuing an announcement to help its small businesses. According to its Facebook page, the Chamber of Commerce is encouraging people now to support its small businesses. They point out that local businesses have missed up to 2 days of sales during severe weather that we've recently dealt with. The Georgetown Chamber of Commerce now saying that it is a lack of business that could make or break some of these small businesses.
Well, preparing for your retirement along the coast, map out your retirement at the Lewis Public Library. That's an upcoming seminar to help those close to retirement or who have recently retired. The library says the 3-week course touches on everything from budgeting to Social Security. One is on Tuesday, tomorrow from 5 to 6 p.m., and it is presented by the Money School and taught by a financial advisor. Organizers say registration is preferred, but walk-ins are welcome as space allows.
An investigation now underway at Microsoft after Russian hackers gained access to email accounts of some of the top company employees. Now, according to the software giant, its security response team detected the attack on its corporate systems on January 12th. The Russian hacking group initially gained access to a small percentage of senior leaders' email accounts in late November. The company identified the Russian threat actor group as Midnight Blizzard.
JetBlue and Spirit Airlines aren't giving up on their merger. The carriers filed an appeal against a federal court ruling that blocked the deal. The court ruled early that the deal would violate antitrust laws, and according to both airlines, it would bring low fares to more customers and increase competition against dominant carriers.
Still ahead this morning, braving the cold along our coast, we're showing you how one organization aims to help the homeless during freezing temperatures.
And it's cold at the beach this morning, 25 on our Gateway Subaru Cam. Some snow with the sand. We'll melt some of that snow this week with a big warm up on the way and increasing rain showers by midweek. I'll have the details on Futurecast coming up.
It's been a tough year, but we couldn't be more thankful.
With your help, we've raised more than $300,000 for Bless Our Children.
Hi, I'm Elisa Titus with Shell Brothers, and we would like to give an extra special thank you to all the businesses, groups, organizations, and individuals who stepped up to the Shell Brothers Challenge and donated $1,000 or more to the Draper Media's Bless Our Children campaign.
Your generosity allowed us to give holiday funds to local charitable organizations on Delmarva. You can feel proud that you helped make the season brighter for many local families on Delmarva.
On behalf of Draper Media and Shell Brothers, a heartfelt thank you to you all.
Bless Our Children is administered by the Draper Holdings Charitable Foundation.
You need to lose weight, but you hate lugging out that big blender for a healthy shake. Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with my Bionic Blade, the new handheld blender that's rechargeable, so you can make a fast, healthy shake anywhere. Designed like this shake bottle you take to the gym, it has the motor and blades built right into the lid. Bionic Blade quickly creates smooth drinks just like the big blenders. But this is portable, so you can make a shake anywhere. Make pina coladas right by poolside. Even grind coffee beans and make a quick, refreshing iced coffee pick-me-up on the go.
Get the Bionic Blade for just $29.99 and we'll even ship it to you free. But wait, order now and get 2 sipping lids, a second large blender container, plus the sports lid. Yours free. You'll get this entire portable blending system for just $29.99. Call or click now.
To order, call 1-800-709-7148 or go to buybionicblade.com. So call 1-800-709-7148 or you can order online at buybionicblade.com.
Were you calling the shots, though, Mr. President, ultimately? Was the Biden administration caught off guard by this latest surge of migrants? Is it clear who's going to govern Gaza once this war is over? If it's Sunday, it's Meet the Press.
All right, 5:16 a.m. and in the middle of your screen, we're getting a live look there at Ocean City. Another cold start to our morning, Bob, but you are promising a warm-up sometime.
Well, beginning today, Matt, actually, and a huge warm-up as we make our way through the week. We're looking at highs in the 60s with time. I'll tell you about that coming up, but not right now. It's a frosty start, and you're going to need a couple of extra minutes to scrape that frost this morning because the winds are a little lighter, but it's very cold out there, too. So maybe have that remote fob and ideally have the car in the garage. A lot of us don't have that luxury. We're looking at teens and lower 20s out the door this morning, 17 in Del Mar, 18 in Milton, 24 Indian River Inlet, Rehoboth Beach right now at 22. And those winds, as you know, were just ferocious all weekend long. It really didn't look like the frozen tundra out there, but the winds are beginning to calm down, a little stronger along the coast. So the feels like temperatures, instead of single digits, well, they feel like teens and 20s. So still cold, but not nearly as cold as they were over the past weekend. We're looking at clear skies right now. We've got Arctic high pressure right over the top of us. If you have a home barometer, you can see it's way up there. Eventually, this high will slide offshore and we will warm up. In the meantime, we've got a wintry mess across the middle of the country, an ice storm from Texas up into Missouri, snow farther to the north, and rain into Texas right now. And eventually, that will come our way, but it's going to take a few days to get here. In the meantime, we're sunny today and temperatures slowly rising, mid-20s mid-morning, and then we're above the freezing mark late morning, and then by noon into the mid-30s. And I think we're topping out upper 30s, close to 40 degrees. We just have a lot of snow to melt, and also that sun's going to have to really use a lot of its energy to melt the snow and the ground. As we go through this evening, watch for any snow or slush refreezing, with temperatures dipping below freezing once again into the upper 20s by tomorrow morning. Then we have a lot of clouds building in for your Tuesday, so a cloudy day, and I think we'll see temperatures in the low to mid 40s as we continue our warm-up. Feels like temperatures this morning in the teens, but much better by this afternoon into the 30s. And tonight feels like temperatures in the 20s and much better into Tuesday with 40s. As we go down the road, we're seeing showers building in Wednesday. I think a better chance of rain as we go Thursday on into Friday. This is all rain as we're very, very mild for the end of the week. Looks like another shot of rain late Friday into Saturday. Paul Davis 7-day forecast. You see how temperatures really dramatically warm up. 38 today, 44 with clouds Tuesday. Then the rain begins Wednesday through the end of the week. Mid-50s Wednesday, and then we're into the 60s Thursday and Friday. 65 on Friday. A little break on Saturday. It does cool down too. Looks like another rain chance by Sunday. We have an umbrella winner today. It's Henri Blake from Millsboro. Congratulations, Henri, on your brand new umbrella. From Paul Davis and Coast TV.
More weather updates. Don't forget, just pull out your phone real quick, scan that QR code that's on your screen, and that'll take you to the First Alert Weather app. You can download the app for free to get all the weather updates you need.
Well, the snowfall that we've had may bring fun activities or challenges for driving, but for those without a home, it is a matter of life or death. Coast TV's Tori Seagrave reports on the challenges faced by the homeless on the coast during this time of year. All right, looks like we have some issues with that. So we're going to move on. Still ahead, highlight on housing. We'll tell you about the goals for a public hearing on housing in Salisbury later this week. Don't go anywhere as we continue on Coast TV News Today.
Weather shapes our lives. At Coast TV, our First Alert weather team is always at work, ensuring you have the information you need.
So we're looking forward to begin to make its way towards Fenwick Island pretty quickly here.
Because we know how much weather matters to our coastal community.
Make sure you take cover from these storms.
Our promise is to guide, inform, and protect.
Make sure you are remaining weather aware tomorrow.
Weather coverage that prioritizes you. Coast TV and the First Alert weather team. Your safety, our commitment.
Take your favorite radio station with you wherever you go. Download free today.
Enjoy 10 songs in a row, brought to you by Pohanka Kia of Salisbury.
Your wallet is always in danger. Criminals can hack your information without you even knowing. Introducing Slim Mint, an ultra-thin RFID blocking wallet that keeps your cards and cash protected. Slim Mint uses the latest RFID blocking technology to prevent thieves from stealing your info. It's ergonomically designed to optimize space and keep your belongings organized. With the auto-locking Slim Mint, your cards and money stay securely in place. It has a built-in cash clip and a flexible outer band to fit your additional cards and cash. Call or click now and get Slim Mint for just $29.99. Order in the next 5 minutes and you'll get an instant $10 discount, so it's only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get Slim Mint at this low price. There's a strict limit of 3 Slim Mint wallets while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-613-4296. Call or visit slimmintwallet.com. So call 1-800-613-4296 now.
From inside Iran, from Israel, from Florida, from Lewiston, Maine. Part of our continued reporting. This is what a country in war looks like. Women, children. What is it like? Countless neighborhoods across the region that look just like this. Everybody good? Get took for all this damage to his
Watch for the IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep.
This morning, a 36-year-old Millsboro man facing several felony charges after being arrested Friday in Rehoboth Beach. Kevin Clary was tracked down by troopers in a wooded area on Coastal Highway. According to state police, 38-year-old man was stabbed in the hand after Clary threatened to kill him and demanding money. Now, this was at the Wendy's on Coastal Highway. Clary is now facing a total of 7 charges, including 4 felonies.
This morning, Delaware State Police continuing to seek witnesses to the deadly crash. This was Thursday morning on Route 1. Now, we have since learned the name of the man who was killed. Delaware State Police say 78-year-old Larry Cox of Smyrna was pronounced dead at the scene. This happened after he hit another car, then got out of his car. He began crossing the road towards the other driver. And unfortunately, that's when Cox was hit by a Toyota Sienna. And then the car that hit him was also struck. This all happened on southbound Bay Road early Thursday morning, which closed that part of Route 1 for hours.
Housing and community development will soon be in the spotlight for Salisbury. The city will hold a public hearing on fair housing needs and community and economic development. According to the Salisbury officials, the goal is to gather information for the city's 5-year consolidated plan for 2024 to 2028, as well as a grant program. This hearing is slated for Wednesday, January 24th at 5:30.
Well, we bring back First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey. Bob, above 30s on the beaches today?
Hot.
Balmy.
Yeah, I know. Sunscreen and beach umbrellas, a whole deal today. No, not that crazy. But it's not a bad day at the beach. We're looking at a lot of sunshine today. 20s early on for Fenwick Island and Ocean City. Close to 40 by noon. So lots of sunshine, light wind. So not all that bad. Just have to bundle up. And up the coast, not bad either. Lots of sunshine for Lewis. Upper 30s later on today. Maybe a few more clouds by 5. And then Rehoboth, you're looking at lower 20s early and then warming into the mid to upper 30s. Waves around 1 to 3 feet. So a pretty smooth ferry ride up to Cape May. We are warming things up dramatically this week with rain chances, no snow. We're going to be melting all that snow. Much more in your forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you so much. Also coming up after the break, President Biden and Jill Biden visited our coast this weekend at their North Shores home near Rehoboth Beach. We're giving you a recap on their weekend here and where they're headed next.
Also, it looks scary. This was a crash in the Georgetown area. It damaged several cars. We've got some of the early details that have been released by officials.
And the tide seems to be changing on severe weather. We're telling you why the warmer weather that's expected may not necessarily be a good thing. Coast TV News Today. We'll be right back.
Start the new year off generously by giving to those in need on Delmarva. Coast Country and Spicer Brothers is hosting our winter clothing drive on Saturday, January 27th from the North Salisbury Wawa parking lot. Stop by from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. to donate new or gently used coats, blankets, or any warm clothing for those who need it most this winter. Join us on January 27th and make a difference in 2024. Coast Country Cares, brought to you by Spicer Brothers.
Imagine a knife taking this much abuse and didn't need sharpening. Introducing the incredible NutriBlade knives. They're coated with granite stone non-stick and made of stainless steel, one of the hardest substances on earth. Now everyone can chop, slice, and dice just like a pro. The Easy Grip rubberized handles deliver incredible control and accuracy to chop salads in seconds and cut frozen solid meat with ease and get razor-thin slices every time. The non-stick surface means food slides right off, and they're dishwasher safe. Plus, they'll stay razor sharp guaranteed. A complete set of chef knives can cost you hundreds, but today you can get this professional 6-piece set of NutriBlades for just $29.95. Order right now, and we'll even ship them to you free. Now get your own NutriBlade knives from Granite Stone. The last knives you'll ever buy.
Call 1-800-645-8074 or go to buynutriblade.com.
Get ready to soar with the Hawks. Delmarva Sports Network is your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball. From the first whistle to the final buzzer, DSN will take you courtside. Experience the excitement of both the men's and women's teams with every dribble, steal, and three-pointer. To see the schedule or watch the games, go to delmarvasportsnetwork.com or download the DSN app. Join us all season long only on the Delmarva Sports Network, your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball. This is Coast TV News Today.
January 22nd, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Paige Marley.
Yeah, 5:27 a.m. as we attempt to warm up from our ice station Zebra.
What does that mean?
It's a movie from back in the day.
Oh.
Very cold. I think it was the Arctic or Antarctic. Do have some icy spots on the roads, though.
We do, definitely. Wait, Ice Station Zebra?
Yes.
Okay, I'll look it up.
I never saw it. I just know the name of the movie, and it was cold.
Okay, that works for us.
It's not one I can quote for you.
That's okay. That's okay. I probably wouldn't know it anyways.
Yeah.
We watch different movies, he and I, but that's okay. All thing we can agree on is yes. Be very careful if you're driving. I definitely saw some icy spots on my way in today. So don't forget, you can take a look at the bottom of your screen, see some delays, maybe some closures in the area. But we're going to bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey now. Bob, when do you think this ice will start to melt?
I think it will start to melt this afternoon as temperatures rise above 32. How about that? And there was much applause. Yeah, I think later morning we finally cracked that 32-degree mark. We got there right there at 32 yesterday, but we'll be above that today. Out the door this morning, once again, kind of shuffle your feet if you've got some ice in the driveway or parking lot, what have you. 17 in Delmar, 17 in Seaford, 20 in Georgetown. Rehoboth, you're waking up to 22. Rehoboth at 20 degrees right now. It's a bit of a breeze, thankfully not as ferocious as it was this past weekend. So instead of single-digit wind chills, we're looking at teens and 20s. So cold, but not as bad as it was. As we're looking at clear skies, so we have a good-looking day on the way, and some of that sunshine will melt that snow as we have Arctic high pressure right over the top of us. So that means light winds and slowly warming temperatures through the teens and 20s. Mid-20s at 9. I think we do finally get above 32 later this morning. So by 12:30, we're going to be seeing dripping icicles, middle 30s as we go into, we'll say 12:30. By 3:30, upper 30s, maybe some places right around 40 degrees, and then any slush will refreeze this evening. Temperatures begin in the 20s, warm to close to 40, and wind chills are in the teens this morning, but much better as we go through the day with lighter winds, feeling like 20s and 30s.
I just mentioned some good news in weather. It's getting warmer, but the bad news with weather, it's getting warmer.
Yeah, follow us here as Amy Kiley shows us these rapidly changing temperatures are bringing different severe weather across the nation this week.
Thank God I got all new equipment.
The death toll is rising from back-to-back storms, with Tennessee, Mississippi, and Oregon hit the worst. The severe weather isn't over yet, but it is changing. Soon, some places could be almost 30 degrees warmer than last week.
See, it's still kind of leaking and dripping down.
That's a break for people with frozen pipes.
There was a lot of loud pops, and I'm guessing that was all the pipes that were starting to crack.
The warm-up also helps places like Michigan City, Indiana, where people are digging out of 3 feet of recent snow.
I'm at people's beck and call because, number one, they have to get out.
People were asking us to clear out parking spot in front of their house.
But while warmer weather means less snow, it doesn't necessarily mean less precipitation. Today, the Central Plains are getting sleet and ice storms. That has officials in multiple states asking people to stay home. Areas farther south likely will see even warmer temperatures. There, forecasters predict heavy rain and a risk of flooding. I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
New this morning, we're learning about a crash that happened in the Georgetown area. This was Sunday night. According to the Georgetown Fire Company, this happened on Zoar Road. These pictures were posted to their Facebook page. Now, according to the fire company, ambulances were called. The Millsboro and Georgetown fire companies were also on the scene. The Millsboro Fire Company saying that this crash took place a little after 5 p.m. We do not have any update right now from any injuries from this crash.
Happening today, Milford is hosting a public hearing on a proposal to build a pallet village, much like Georgetown's. If approved, the Springboard Village would be made up of what they call several cabin homes to help those suffering from economic hardship. City says its role in the project would be to provide public land, but private land could also be used if it meets Springboard's program criteria. No city money would be spent. Now, Milford City Council will hear comments from the public during its meeting, and that's tonight at 6 p.m.
Delaware's newest state representative, Republican Valerie Jones Giltner, is beginning her time in the General Assembly with an area she knows a lot about, health care. The retired nurse won the 37th district, which encompasses the Georgetown-Millsboro area, in a special election last month. She's on 2 Division of Public Health committees. One is the Delaware Cancer Consortium, which coordinates cancer prevention and activities. The other is the Delaware Healthy Mother and Infant Consortium, and that aims to improve the health of mothers and their newborns. Her predecessor, Ruth Briggs King, was also on these committees.
Well, this morning, President Biden wrapping up his week-long trip along our coast. Over the weekend, the president attended church at St. Edmunds on Saturday, and then yesterday morning, the president went to breakfast at Egg in Rehoboth Beach. According to the press pool, the president and First Lady then spent Sunday afternoon in Wilmington. This is for the visitation of Ted Blunt. That's Representative Lisa Blunt, Rochester's father, who passed away last week. Blunt was on Wilmington City Council for 16 years. The first couple will head back to the White House around 10:15 this morning.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis ending his bid for the 2024 Republican presidential nomination. DeSantis announced his decision in a video statement posted to X just 2 days before the New Hampshire primary, quoting Winston Churchill and immediately endorsing former President Donald Trump. This comes after DeSantis placed a distant second behind Trump in the Iowa caucus.
Former Maryland Governor Larry Hogan says he still sees a, quote, crack in the door for a potential presidential run. Hogan shared that quote on his Facebook page, citing an interview he did with the Hill publication. The Republican wrote that he has no interest in being a spoiler, but he's not ruling out a run. Got still more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up in our next half hour, Cape May Lewis Ferry reporting good news for the vessel. We'll tell you about the increase they say they've seen in numbers compared to past years.
Also, it's the Chiefs to Charm City. Kansas City survives a trip to Buffalo and will face the Ravens in the AFC Championship game.
And worries about wind farms. We're telling you concerns brought up by Maryland representatives about the proposed wind farms along our coast. Stay with us on Coast TV News Today.
At Atlantic General Hospital, we've been busy. Busy expanding healthcare services that are second to none in our region. From cancer care and women's health services to orthopedics, gastroenterology, and more, we provide advanced health technologies delivered by top providers. Expert care every day. It's what you can count on from Atlantic General Hospital.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, discover why Shell Brothers stands out as an employer. Plus, dive into the excitement of the Lewis Polar Bear Plunge at Rehoboth Beach, a chilling adventure for a heartwarming cause. Coast Life today at 4 on Coast TV.
Turn your home into a masterpiece with Artwork Painting, local professional painter. Affordable price.
Artwork Painting did an excellent job with our house. We were really happy with all of the pieces of work they did, the drywall work, the walls, the trim. I would definitely recommend Artwork Painting for your house.
Artwork Painting treats our customers and their homes with care, delivering quality work and experiences. Call Artwork Painting now for a free same-day estimate. Artwork Painting, keeping Southern Delaware beautiful inside and out.
Take the DSN app with you wherever you go and never miss a game from your favorite local team. Whether you're on the road, stuck at the office, or out with friends and family, the DSN app notifies you when your team is on live, so you can watch the game as it happens or watch videos on demand. Keep up with local sports all from one app. From your mobile device to Fire Stick, Roku, and Apple TV, download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group.
On an all-new Drew.
Drew sits down with Isla Fisher from Wolf Like Me.
Boom!
Plus, a big announcement from WWE's The New Day.
Coming in hot. For belt for this.
Boom. Monday at noon on Coast TV.
5:36 on this icy cold Monday morning. Spicer Brothers cam right now, 19 in Salisbury. Still, well, we're caked in with the snow and some of the icy roads as well. 15 in Redmond right now, 17 in Seaford. So that snowpack and clear skies are really dipping those temperatures. 20 in Salisbury, 23 in Bethany Beach. And there is a bit of a northwest breeze, so the feels like temperatures as cold as 15 in Redmond and Milford, 22 in Millsboro. So bottom line is bundle up out the door, take it slow because we have those slick spots with the snow on the ground. We have clear skies and Arctic high pressure, so sunshine today, another cold day, but we start to melt the snow. Morning commute, we're looking at the yellow light, icy spots and cold and still slick spots, especially after sunset. Any melting snow or slush will refreeze, so be extra careful out there.
Well, pushback against proposed wind farms off of our coast. Maryland's lone Republican in Congress, Representative Andy Harris, spoke at a public hearing in Ocean City. This comes after the Dewey Beach Town Council decided to hold off on a vote to sign a community benefits agreement with U.S. Wind Incorporated. And there's been concern over recent whale deaths having a connection to wind farms. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration states there's no evidence that wind turbines are a cause in whale deaths.
But there is no evidence to deny the speculation, especially since NOAA is not conducting what's called a level B necropsy on the whales, which is what it would take to find out if there was in fact ear damage in the whales that would lead to subsequent vessel strikes or subsequent mortality.
Those areas are so vital that they are basically putting all of the offshore wind turbines in our offshore grounds where the fish are.
And on Friday, the Rehoboth Beach City Council met to discuss a potential community benefits agreement with U.S. Wind. This deal, same as Dewey's, worth $2 million over 20 years, and it aims to bring annual payments of $100,000 to the city for the creation of offshore wind farms. During the discussion, Mayor Stan Mills recommended deferring the decision until after the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management's final environmental impact statement and decision, which is expected later this year. Rehoboth Beach officials say this delay hopes to provide more time for the council to understand the project's implications fully and to address broader community concerns about offshore wind farms.
On Saturday, the Ravens punched their ticket to the AFC Championship game, and on Sunday, they would learn who they would face for a chance to go to the Super Bowl. It was the defending champion Chiefs and Bills matched up to see which team would make a trip to Charm City next week. So we go right to the fourth quarter. The Chiefs take the lead on this Isaiah Pacheco run up the middle. This makes it 27-24. And because Paige demanded it, we are showing you Taylor Swift's reaction. Late in the game, the Bills attempting to tie things up. Tyler Bass way off to the right. The Chiefs are heading back to the AFC Championship game for a fifth straight season, surviving in Buffalo, 27-24. Now this morning, the Ravens are a 3.5-point favorite to win the AFC Championship. The Ravens are the earlier of the two conference championship games next Sunday. Tickets go on sale tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. It's the first time the city of Baltimore will host an AFC Championship game since January 1971. It's when the Baltimore Colts defeated the Raiders on their way to winning Super Bowl V. In the NFC playoff game, as seen here on Coast TV on Sunday, the Lions home to the Buccaneers. Tied game in the fourth. That's when Jahmyr Gibbs swings it to the outside. 31 yards later, it is a house party. The Lions take the lead for good, 24-17. The Lions are heading to the NFC Championship game for the first time since the 1991 season. It'll be the Lions and 49ers next week, with the winner heading to the Super Bowl.
I just want to make it clear, I'd rather see Jason Kelsey's reaction than Taylor Swift's. That's just me. All right, well, while many in Hollywood are awaiting the next award show, a group of filmmakers planning their next entries in a challenge that's growing every year. David Daniel has some details in today's Hollywood Minute.
This is the 11th anniversary of the Easter Seals Disability Film Challenge.
And it's bigger than ever. The short film competition helping change how the world views disability is back. Founder Nick Novicki announced from Sundance, in addition to the usual prizes, festival screenings, industry mentorships, and filmmaking equipment.
The winners of Best Film, Best Director, Best Writer, Best Actor, and Best Editor will receive $15,000 grants.
Films have to be written, shot, and edited in 5 days. The genre for 2024 is buddy comedy. This year's challenge runs April 2nd through the 7th. For more info and to sign up, visit disabilityfilmchallenge.com.
This is people with disabilities telling their own stories. We are 1 in 4 in America and worldwide, and we are still not included at the rate we should be. And you know what? We are changing that together by telling authentic stories. And I can't wait to see your authentic buddy comedies this year.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Here's the Orsted cam right now, 25 West OC. It's a frigid start. Teens inland, but we are going to thaw things out slowly but surely. In fact, 60s are in the forecast. Might need the shorts by the end of the week. And the umbrella, we've got rain too. I'll time it out coming up next.
What do you do when your tire goes flat and there's no air anywhere? You reach for Bullseye Pro, the smarter, faster, hands-free way to fill it up with air. Bullseye Pro is equipped with a rechargeable lithium-ion power plant. So fast and so convenient. It's like the power of an air compressor in the palm of your hand. Look, you can inflate all 4 tires on a single charge. It has a built-in smart pressure digital sensor that gauges and automatically stops when the set tire pressure is reached. Easily inflate pool toys, exercise balls, and more. Call or go online now and get the complete Bullseye Pro inflation system for the factory direct price of just $79.99. Plus, we'll ship your entire order free, and we'll give you a 50% discount on a second one. Order now.
To order, call 1-800-771-0865. That's 1-800-771-0865 or go to getbullseyepro.com.
The Polar Bear Plunge to benefit Special Olympics Delaware has become one of the first state's coldest but most popular traditions. This year there are 2 great options to plunge. You can plunge in person in Rehoboth Beach on Sunday, February 4th, or you can create your own unique plunge virtually whenever, wherever, and however cold or not you want it to be. It's not important how you plunge, it's important that you plunge and why you plunge to support thousands of Special Olympics athletes. Visit plungede.org to register.
Coast Country Cares, brought to you by Spicer Brothers.
Middays with me, April Brilliant. It's a feel-good show on your radio.
April is the easiest way to get through your workday.
She can play your favorite song.
She can help you find your furry friend. The easiest way to get through your workday is with April.
She really makes you feel special.
Hey friends, hang out with me weekdays here on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3 each day from 10 to 3.
It's now 5:44 on your Monday morning. We're going to take a live look right now at Salisbury, checking out the scene, Bob. And I'd just say maybe it's a good thing we don't see any snowflakes falling. I love the snow, but I could use a little break.
Yeah, Friday was something else. I mean, it just kept going and going, and we had the steady snow into the afternoon. Now the snow is done. We just have to melt it. It will take a few days to get rid of it. Make sure you scan the QR code right there. That will get you to the Coast TV weather app. Lots of great weather information, even when we don't have stormy weather. And look at this 5-day temperature trend. Pretty dramatic. 38 today, up to 44 on Tuesday. Still a hair below average. Then we jump to 54 on Wednesday. Thursday, 63, 65 on Friday. That is going to feel glorious compared to what we are experiencing now. As temperatures are in the teens and 20s, just updated in Millsboro, 21 there, 21 in Lewis, 20 in Georgetown, 17 in Del Mar. So we have the clear skies, that fresh snowpack, so that really allows temperatures to dip. 19 in Ocean Pines right now. Thankfully, the winds have calmed down as Arctic high pressure is basically over the top of us. So a light northwest wind, but still feeling like teens and 20s with those actual temperatures in that same range. As we're looking at clear skies right now, we have that Arctic high pressure basically right along the east coast. Once it starts moving away, our flow will turn out of the southwest and we will start to warm up. That actually starts today. In the meantime, we're looking at a real mess across the Central Plains. Ice, Oklahoma back through Arkansas into Missouri, snow farther to the north in Illinois, and rain across Texas. This stays to our west for a couple of days. And then eventually some of that moisture will make its way in here as we go through the middle part of the week. But here's Futurecast this morning. No worries of any falling snow. We're looking at the snow and some of that ice underfoot. Teens and 20s out the door, mid-20s by 9. And I think we finally get above freezing late morning. So by noon, 34 in Millsboro, 35 in Del Mar, mid-30s along the coast, and then upper 30s by about 3 with lots of sunshine. So the melting begins. But then the sun goes down, temperatures dip below freezing, and that's when we'll see refreeze. Be extra careful out there with that melting snow that runs into the roads and then freezes once you get below 32. So it could be a little treacherous overnight. Into Tuesday, it's a cold start, not as cold as this morning, and a little warmer into Tuesday afternoon as we see the clouds increasing, and by afternoon we'll see low to mid 40s for temperatures as we continue the warm up. Feels like temperatures in the teens this morning into the 30s by this evening, and then 20s by tomorrow morning, and then much better by Tuesday afternoon, feeling like 40s, like the actual temperature. We increase the temperatures and the moisture by the end of the week. A few showers are possible on Wednesday. I think a better chance of a steady rain Thursday evening, Thursday night, and on into Friday. So that will melt away all the snow, and we're looking at that unsettled pattern continuing Friday into Saturday with more rain showers. Your Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 38 today with mostly sunny skies, but you can see our temperature graph steps up. 44 on Tuesday, lots of clouds, and then the rain showers Wednesday, a few of those. 54, a better chance of a steady rain on Thursday, but it'll be warm around 63, 65 with rain on Friday. So we wash away all that salt. Matt Pensick breaks out his shorts and he's ready for the beach. Not so fast, because by the weekend, mid-50s Saturday, and then it looks like a colder rain by Sunday and 48.
Bob, we're going to loop back about the snow that we had recently. There's activities, but there's also challenges for driving. There's also those without a home. There's some challenges there. For some, it could be a matter of life and death. And Coast TV's Tori Seagrave reports on the challenges faced by the homeless on the coast during this time of the year.
Steady snowfall gathers on the top of a tent in Milford. This tent belongs to Destiny Hensley, who, despite working full-time, calls this tent home. However, the snow poses a threat to her living outdoors.
It has been terrible. The other night, especially it was like 15 degrees, and it was like so I use hand warmers, and unfortunately I don't use them in my gloves because I have to use them in my tent for heat. So I use about like 10 of them, and I put them underneath my blanket.
Martha Geary from Milford Advocacy for the Homeless tearfully shares that the snow and frigid temperatures have already had tragic consequences for some displaced individuals.
We had somebody who perished in their car, and so that was very disturbing. And to be in your car and have to stay there for hours and hours. We have another young lady who's in the hospital right now. She's about to lose some of her toes.
Another challenge is the wetness from the melted snow, which dampens belongings and clothing. Despite these hardships, Hensley remains optimistic.
There's a lot of struggles and heartache and trials that come with it, but I try to keep myself safe and warm, most definitely.
If you would like to lend a helping hand, Milford Advocacy for the Homeless is working on setting up warming shelters for this weekend. They will be in need of volunteers to help monitor those sites, and they are taking donations of propane refills to help keep the displaced warm. I'm Tori Seagraves in Milford, Coast TV News.
All right, thanks, Tori. And we're announcing that Coast TV has a brand new Facebook page. This is for the latest in news, exclusive content, and interactive discussion. So make sure to visit and follow our new page. Just head over to facebook.com/CoastTVNBC, or you can just simply scan that QR code that we're showing you there on your screen.
The Lewis Polar Bear Plunge benefiting Special Olympics is fast approaching, and JP Media has a team, by the way. Here are some very important deadlines to note. Normal registration is open until January 30th. You can put a $20 deposit down so that you can fundraise up to the $75 fee. Beginning January 31st, the registration fee goes up to $100. The plunge itself, which again, it benefits Special Olympics Delaware, is Sunday, February 4th at 1 p.m. in Rehoboth Beach, even though, yes, the name is the Lewis Polar Bear Plunge. Well, the Cape May Lewis Ferry said,
yeah, Pedro, why don't we go on to that story, or I can handle it here.
Okay, go for it.
I think I'll handle it. All right, well, the Cape May Lewis Ferry says numbers are up. They're way up. The number of people who drove their cars, it's over 276,000. That was the highest total since 2010. And compared to pre-pandemic numbers, the Cape May Lewis Ferry said it had a 2% increase in passengers and an increase in food and retail revenue. Well, up next on Coast TV News today, cold medicine. It's supposed to kill all hints of your runny nose and cough, but some work, some don't. We'll tell you the cold, hard truth about cold medicine.
It's cold. It's still pretty dark out there on our tunnel and razor cam. Sun's not up for about another hour and 20 minutes. 20 in Lewis right now, but temperatures gradually warming up this week with increasing rain chances by Wednesday, and that continues on and off into the weekend. We have 60s on the way, as I mentioned. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up next.
Simon, you have the golden buzzer.
You are brilliant. He wants you. I know it.
Wow.
No!
I'm so jealous.
AGT Fantasy League, tonight on NBC and Peacock.
I posit that perhaps the pickle purveyor prompted this predicament by producing and promoting this peerless pickle despite a paucity of product for the pumped pickle public.
Gotta sample the evidence.
A new night court, Tuesday on NBC and Peacock.
Welcome to the ride home on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. First rule of the ride home, we definitely talk about the ride home. In fact, tell all your friends. Second rule of the ride home, we have fun. Top 10 Tuesday, Would You Rather Wednesday, and every day you pick the songs on the high five. And the third rule of the ride home, we don't take ourselves too seriously. You've got enough to stress about. So let me handle the ride home, weekdays from 3 to 7 on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3.
On the next Tamron Hall, the people who say you might not like my life, but check your judgments at the door. She took a leap of faith and quit her job to do what?
This is a dream, y'all.
It's the worldwide phenomenon known as mukbang, where people eat large amounts of food as millions watch on the internet. And it's made her a millionaire. Then he doesn't own a cell phone or even a pair of shoes. Meet the man who gave away almost everything to live a life of extreme minimalism on the next Tamron Hall.
Monday at 3 on Coast TV.
Take the DSN app with you wherever you go and never miss a game from your favorite local team. Whether you're on the road, stuck at the office, or out with friends and family, the DSN app notifies you when your team is on live, so you can watch the game as it happens or watch videos on demand. Keep up with local sports all from one app. From your mobile device to Fire Stick, Roku, and Apple TV, download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group.
This week on Wheel.
I came to play, Pat.
Let's do this. I see trouble in your future. Don't do that again. No. Pick up that trip. You see how easy this game is.
Monday at 7 on Coast TV.
Next Jeopardy.
This second week of Champions Wild Card.
Past rivals might reunite.
You beat Andy Terrell. We saw him make it into the semis. What do you think about a rematch? Could happen. Fantastic.
Monday at 7:30 on Coast TV.
Almost 1 billion people will suffer from the sniffles and sneezes this year. A panel of advisors for the FDA unanimously determined that the main ingredient used in many popular over-the-counter cold medications, get this page, does not work.
You know this because I'm always sniffling and sneezing right next to you.
Every day.
Every day.
I live in fear.
It's not that bad, but what should people, like myself, do? Alexa Lorenzo shows us the new studies that could show which cold medicines and remedies work the best.
Runny nose, scratchy throat, and a persistent. The average adult will suffer through the common cold 2 to 4 times a year. But when it comes to getting some relief, not all over-the-counter medicines are created equal. Experts say medications containing acetaminophen, ibuprofen, and naproxen can effectively reduce fever and ease aches and pains. Over-the-counter saline nasal drops and sprays can help relieve stuffiness and congestion. Honey may help coughs in adults and children who are older than 1. To soothe a sore throat, do a saltwater rinse. A 1/4 teaspoon of salt in a glass of warm water could do the trick. And new research reveals mixed reviews on a few favorites. Experts say vitamin C and echinacea won't help the average person from catching a cold, but some studies show that if you take them before symptoms start, they may shorten the length of time you have symptoms. Meanwhile, some studies show zinc reduces the length of a cold by about 1 day. What doesn't work? Experts say to avoid antibiotics, as these attack bacteria and colds are caused by a virus. Amidst the search for the right medication, don't underestimate the power of hydration. Water, herbal teas, and broths can soothe a sore throat, keep you hydrated, and help you get better faster. And finally,
make sure that you're well rested and you get a good night's sleep.
I'm Alexa Lorenzo reporting.
All right, although it's not mandatory for stores to stop selling medications containing that ingredient, many stores have already stopped stocking them. The FDA could potentially start a process that removes it from the market altogether. All right, well, it is 5:56 on this Monday morning, and we've got a slow thaw out underway.
Yeah, definitely. Let's bring back in Bob for one more check out our forecast. Hey, Bob.
Hey, good morning, guys. Not yet. We're not thawing it out just yet because we have temperatures in the teens and 20s, but we will gradually warm up as we go through the day. But it's starting cold. We've got icy spots in parking lots and streets, so really be careful out there. Light winds, and we will see full sunshine today, warming through the 20s into the 30s, and the winds start to turn around to the southwest out of that warmer direction, and that will continue to warm us up. Paul Davis, 10-day forecast. We go from 38 today to 44 on Tuesday. I think we'll see a lot of clouds tomorrow, a few showers Wednesday, but then we jump another 10 degrees to 54. Then we're in the 60s on Thursday, 63 with a chance of rain, 65 on Friday. That will feel awesome compared to what we were just experiencing. And then next weekend does cool down, mid-50s. Saturday, some rain. Sunday, 48. And then looks like it's back to normal and dry as we go into the early part of next week. But no first alert weather days the next several days.
To hear that, Bob, thanks. And coming up in our next hour, departing for D.C. as the president prepares to leave our coast. His day Sunday, that included a stop at a local eatery. That and more as we continue on Coast TV News Today.